So welcome back to Mr. Mindgrowth. Today we're diving into a powerful concept from Staight-line leadership, the art of not quitting. Picture this. You're excited about a new project, perhaps learning a new language or starting a fitness journey. You're full of energy and enthusiasm, ready to conquer your goals, but then reality sets in. The novelty wears off, challenges arise, and suddenly, that once enticing project seems like a mountain too steep to climb. So, what do? You quit. We've all been there, haven't we? Starting something with a burst of energy only to let it fizzle out as soon as the going gets tough. Be it piano lessons, a novel you've been meaning to write, or even a business idea you've been toying with, it's always the same story. We start, we stop, we start, we stop. It's a cycle that seems almost impossible to break. But why do we quit? Is it because the task is too hard? Or is it because we're too afraid to fail? Or maybe it's because we're impatient and want immediate results. Whatever the reason, it's clear that quitting has become a habit for many of us. A habit that not only hinders our progress, but also prevents us from realizing our full potential. The truth is, quitting isn't just about giving up on a task or a goal, it's about giving up on ourselves. It's about telling ourselves that we're not capable, that we're not worthy, that we're not strong enough. And that's a narrative we need to change. We need to shift our focus from the obstacles we face to the possibilities that lie ahead. We need to understand that setbacks are not roadblocks, but stepping stones towards our goals. We need to recognize that the only real failure is not trying at all. Today's chapter confronts this head-on. It's about understanding the problem of quitting, acknowledging its roots, and most importantly, finding ways to overcome it. It's about transforming our mindset from a quitter to a doer, from a dreamer to an achiever. So, are you ready to embark on this journey? Are you ready to start not stopping? The author Dusan Djukic tells us to stop stopping. This simple phrase, packed with wisdom, introduces us to the power of persistence. Persistence, in essence, is the ability to keep moving forward despite challenges, setbacks, or disappointments. It's about staying the course, even when the journey is fraught with difficulties. Now imagine your goals as a destination on the horizon. The quickest way to reach it, a straight line. But life rarely offers such smooth paths. We encounter obstacles, distractions, and setbacks that make us deviate, causing our path to resemble a zigzag rather than a straight line. But what if we could straighten that zigzag? What if instead of stopping or changing directions at every hurdle, we simply kept moving forward? This is where Djukic's stop-stopping mantra comes into play. It doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending they don't exist. It's about acknowledging them, but choosing to persist and push through. Persistence is not about speed. It's not about how quickly you can reach your destination. It's about the consistency of your movement, the unwavering determination to keep going. It's about understanding that every step, no matter how small or slow, brings you closer to your goal. This is what Djukic refers to as the straight-line approach. It's the decision to keep moving, to stay on the path regardless of the obstacles. It's about choosing to persist even when the road is rough and the journey is long. It's about understanding that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. By persisting, we allow ourselves to learn, to grow, and to develop resilience. We give ourselves the opportunity to build strength and to cultivate determination. We transform our mindset from one of defeat to one of victory, from one of quitting to one of perseverance. And so, we return to Djukic's compelling advice: stop stopping. Because when we choose to persist, we choose to stay on the straight line, to keep moving towards our goals. It may not always be easy. It may require patience, courage, and resilience, but it is always worth it. By persisting, our journey straightens towards our goals, even if slowly. We often mistake being busy for being productive. This is a common trap many of us fall into. We fill our days with tasks, meetings, and errands, thinking that the sheer volume of activity equates to productivity. But the reality is, it's not about how busy we are, it's about the progress we make towards our goals. So, what's the difference between activity and productivity? Well, imagine you're on a treadmill. You're running, you're sweating, you're putting in the effort. That's activity, but despite all that effort, you're not actually going anywhere. That's the lack of productivity. On the other hand, productivity is like running in a marathon. You're not just running for the sake of running, you're running to reach the finish line, you're making progress. Every step you take gets you closer to your goal. But here's where the cycle of starting and stopping comes in. It's like constantly getting on and off that treadmill, never actually committing to the marathon. This constant shift disrupts our momentum, hinders our progress, and ultimately reduces our productivity. So how do we break this cycle? It starts with understanding that progress, not activity, is the true measure of productivity. It requires us to focus on goal-oriented actions and to persist in these actions, even when the going gets tough. This chapter challenges us to break the cycle of starting and stopping and instead focus on consistent, goal-oriented actions. So, are you ready to get off the treadmill and start running your marathon? So, how do we do it? Let's break it down into a practical, step-by-step approach. To start, you need to define your goal. Be clear and precise. What exactly do you want to achieve? The more specific, the better. Next, identify the necessary actions. What steps must you take to reach your goal? Consider the tasks, the skills, the knowledge you need. Plan it out. Once you've laid out your plan, commit to these actions. This is where the power of not stopping comes in. Stick to your plan, day in, day out, rain or shine, keep going. Now here's where many might stumble. If things don't work out exactly as planned, they quit, but not you. Instead, you'll monitor and adjust. Observe your progress, learn from your experiences. If something isn't working, tweak your plan, adapt. But whatever you do, don't stop. Finally, persist until you succeed. It might take longer than you thought, you might face more hurdles than you anticipated, but keep going. Remember, the key is consistent action. It's not about how fast you move, but that you keep moving forward. This approach might seem simple, but don't underestimate its power. It's transformative. By following these steps, you'll be setting yourself on a straight path towards your goals, and by not stopping, by persisting, you'll reach them. Simple, yet transformative. Need inspiration? Take Bethany Hamilton and Ben Hogan. Let's start with Bethany. At just 13 years old, this promising surfer lost her arm in a shark attack, a setback that could have ended her dreams. But did she quit? No. Instead, she got back on her surfboard just 1 month after the attack. Her persistence paid off, and she went on to become a professional surfer, winning numerous competitions. Now, let's talk about Ben Hogan. He was a successful golfer, but his career came to a screeching halt in 1949 when he was involved in a near-fatal car crash. Doctors doubted he would ever walk again, let alone play golf, but Hogan didn't stop. He practiced relentlessly, persisting against all odds. And what happened? Just 16 months post-accident, Hogan won the US Open. Bethany and Hogan are prime examples of persistence. They faced enormous challenges, yet they didn't quit. They didn't allow their setbacks to define their futures. Instead, they picked themselves up, dusted themselves off, and kept moving forward. They kept working towards their goals, undeterred by the obstacles in their path. Their stories remind us that persistence, not speed, defines our success. Today's message is clear. Stop the habit of stopping. We've dissected the problem of quitting, delved into the power of persistence, and distinguished between mere activity and true productivity. We've learned that the journey to success isn't a rapid sprint, but a consistent, steady march. The power of persistence lies not in the speed of our progress, but in our unwavering commitment to continue, come what may. We've outlined a step-by-step approach to help us on this journey, reminding us that a well-defined goal and consistent actions are key ingredients to success. We've drawn inspiration from real-life heroes who, in the face of adversity, chose to persist and not quit. So let's shift our mindset from a quitter to a doer, from a stopper to a goer. Let's embrace the power of persistence in our everyday lives. Remember, it's never too late to start not stopping. Until next time, keep growing and don't stop on your journey to self-improvement.